It's game day in the kingdom, and we're setting up shop right where it all starts. The Red Lot. Mike the intern and his dad, Bart Holmes, bringing the pregame vibes, stories, and all things Chiefs, right here on 104.7 The Cave.
.7 The Cave. Mike the intern in the studio once again with my dad and Jake. This is our third episode of The Red Lot as we talk Chiefs football before the Kansas City Chiefs are back at home to return to Arrowhead Stadium to face off with the Indianapolis Colts. Before we get into that, let's talk the Denver game, gentlemen. Jake, he's come in incognito Jake, anonymous Jake, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, buddy.
It's in morning, Jake.
You know, before we get into this, I do want to have a little personal anecdote. When I told Ned that since they were doing the starting lineup on 102.1 The One, and that I now wanted to kind of take back the Chiefs pregame show and kind of tell him that I was make it full Chiefs, good, bad, or indifferent. He just looked at me and goes, "What are you going to do when they start to lose?"
Hey, this is it.
I know. But I also reminded Ned that I am 42 years old, and we had a nice little dry spell of 50 years before we started to be good. So it's not that we haven't been here before, guys. And it's also something that, you know, I've felt coming for the last year or two, that we really needed to become the underdogs again. But before we get into that stuff and the philosophicals, Jake was forced to watch the game after listening to it while he was deer hunting, and he wanted to, you know, do his due diligence, get his research. So Dad and I watched it live, and then that was that. But you got a chance to listen to it and then watch it again. So what were your takes on it,
buddy? You know, starting the game, we got that sack right out the gate, and I'm like, okay. They're going to control this, right? Let me take these glasses off. I don't want you to see my red eyes from crying for 3 days.
So those eyes are swollen.
Right.
I was just going to ask if you were stoned, but no, that's because he's been crying.
He's been crying, Jake. You know,
been crying in the car.
But yeah, you know, I watched it on the ESPN app because I was on the deer woods. I couldn't hear anything, so I was like, I had tried YouTube TV and it didn't work. So I was like, all right, I can do this. And we're down 6-0, and I can just tell that the long drawn. I'm like, okay, come on, but they're holding them right. And then we come back, and all of a sudden we take control of the game, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And then the interception in the red zone. I will tell you, there's so much to take away from this. I don't even think we have enough time to talk about takeaways on this, honestly, because it is so disappointing to see us go in there, who we've owned, and look like a team that every year it's like, yeah, we gotta get some things figured out. I'm gonna take this one on the shoulders. This is me, Pat Mahomes saying, and then he's like, we still got some stuff to figure out. This is week 10. Now it's week 11, so we're going into. I got no answers anymore right now, man. I'm hurt.
Pops.
Well, I think you look at it. I think offensive line did a decent job.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think the officials were fair. I don't see any. I know. Anyway, in my opinion, it was fair.
I mean,
and I think the defense played like they usually play. They played a good game. They played, I mean, not a great game, but they played a decent game. So if you line all that up and you try to analyze what happened, what's left?
Coaching.
Well, there's a little bit of both, because there were some. Just seems like Patrick's still a little off on his passes.
There is a stat that said that when the Kansas City Chiefs run the ball, or at least give it to Kareem 15+, we win.
That's the other thing.
And that's not on Pat. Well, it could be. It could be Patrick deciding on the line what the deal is. I will say that in that regard, or at least to back up my statement, that it feels stagnant. The play calling feels extremely stagnant. I don't know if that's what's forcing Mahomes to feel like he has to bomb it down the field and not play safe and just play, you know, grab those 5 when you can and move on and move on and move on. I don't think he was running for his life.
No,
I don't think despite the fact that they did get him. I mean, we were playing against, in my opinion, a hell of a lot better defensive team in the Denver Broncos than we did the week previous against the Bills. and Bosa just ran all over us. But we were able to arguably one of the best edge rushers in the game right now, if not the best, in my opinion. We pretty much held him to check. I mean, just holding him to one, considering what we've been going with on the left side and sometimes the right side, that's a win. So you take that away, and ultimately it's those crucial plays. And that's what Mahomes said when those times, I mean, I think they're all said it. Those times in the past where we'd have crucial situations where we just somehow made it through, those aren't happening and haven't happened. Now, I will say, I don't know why, but I felt worse last year after the Christmas game than I do right now. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because I'm a homer and it's Chiefs football no matter what. We'll be there on Sunday. Let's go. But I just feel like there's some stagnant, and it comes back to discipline too. I mean, we had 10 penalties? I mean, both sides had bad penalties, but still, like that, you can't win games if you are trying to play the close, who's got the ball at the last 5 seconds of the game. We got to make a run and kick 3 in and we win. If you're going to play that game, you better be squeaky clean.
100%.
It has to be squeaky clean. And so, though, for all those things to work, one thing doesn't work, it screws the whole thing up. And I think really that's the problem across the board. Not everything is firing constantly. It's like what they say when they call it the cascade effect, and something goes wrong with your car. It's like one thing, and then all of a sudden it's like 4 things. That happens. It happens in football, I think. But it's like I said going into that game last week, we'll know who the real deal is, and I think the Broncos might be the real deal. We'll see. We'll see when we see them on Christmas, but I think that we still have a very good chance to win out. I still think we have a really good chance to beat them in Kansas City on Christmas Day. I will also say that I think I predicted that halftime. Someone texted me and said that I was right on the halftime score. Like I predicted that 6-6. I said going into half, I think we're even, low number even. I may have said 9-9, but someone texted me and said you were right on your prediction for halftime, because I go, that's how they're going to play this game. It's going to be that.
You got 2 prepared defenses playing.
Yeah.
They did the under was exactly what we called last week. I will tell you, there was 3 times, and mind you, I just watched it less than 12 hours ago, that we had 3rd and 2, and we didn't run the ball, and Kareem averaged almost 6 yards a carry. I don't care if you're on the 8-yard line, like they were on the last one that I saw. You give him the ball and let him run 2 yards.
Try. I'd rather you do that now. It's the only thing that's actually consistently working.
And Tony Romo is like begging us to run 2 plays in a row that was a run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? He's right.
So
absolutely.
And that makes me more sad than saying the Denver Broncos are the real deal, that Tony Romo is right about anything. But again, you've got to look at it from what it is. And it's not going to be easy for these guys, but the good news is I don't think the building's on fire. I just think they need to figure out and be more consistent. And I don't know if that's Patrick, if you could see, and I don't know if you saw this too, it's kind of what I talked about last week. When he gets into a position, he just cannot settle down. That's when things happen. That's that pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's him forcing it.
Yep.
Dude,
that's it.
And the first pick, worst throw I've ever seen in my life. And if it wasn't for that holding call or the touching by I was like, are we watching Neil O'Donnell throw to the Cowboys again in the Super Bowl for the 3rd time?
Like for real. But that's because he's just, for some reason, something has got him off filter.
Yeah, you see it all year.
See it. I could see it happening in that game. I could see him get amped and then not settle down and just not, okay, someone needs to teach him. We need to get that guy a Lamaze coach, like a Lamaze breathing coach.
Oh, I'm sure he's already got one.
You think they practice breathing in the NFL? And they can practice breathing?
Man.
Sure. I know whenever we used to lift weights together, Dad always yelled at me because I didn't breathe. I still don't do it right.
Hold your breath.
Can't breathe.
You got to breathe.
I know. I still catch myself.
Bad on your heart if you don't breathe.
Oh no. Well, let's keep it going. All right.
I want to go back to the 3rd and 2. Any good team out there in the NFL will play that as a 2 down.
1,000%. You run it. You can't.
And
tell
that's
me you
back
can't get
to
24,
Andy not having that mentality. Okay. So you run it on 3rd and 2, and you get caught behind the line. Okay, punt. You run it 3rd and 2, and you make it, or you're 4th and inches. Go for it.
You know what else happens?
Go for it. Come on.
You also run 30 seconds off the clock if you don't get it. Like those little.
Oh, and they love
and
doing
that adds up.
It is
adds up. I mean, that first drive the Broncos had was damn near 10 minutes long.
Yeah. We had one too.
And then we do the same thing.
Yeah.
And again, that has to be played into the 4D chess that these guys supposedly are playing. But yeah, it's 1,000%. Why not run that? I don't know if it's them. I don't know if it's Nagy. I don't know if it's I think part of it too could be the fact that for the longest time, 7 years now, longer, we could just say 15's going to figure it out, man. And he did.
Oh, yeah.
80 to 90% of the time. Now it's more like 30 to 40%. And I think we need to have them to say, hey, he's human. He needs help. And it can't be on his shoulders anymore.
Well, Rashee Rice dropped 4 passes.
That's also a very not Rashee Rice-ish. He hasn't had a game like that in a long time.
Well, and that I think that when that starts happening, I think it plays into Patrick's psyche too.
That all those things cause him to not settle down and feel like he's got to gain more than just tortoise this thing. Because that's exactly how Denver played it. They just tortoised run that entire game, and it worked, and it's over. It's just like we had been playing the last couple seasons until for some reason one piston's not firing this game and this piston's not firing this game, and c'est la vie.
I do think the defense played the best game they've played all year.
I thought
Chris Jones.
I thought Chris was Adam.
Chris came up.
I thought everyone did. I thought there were so many times where we were just that close.
Oh yeah.
And hell, that's the same thing with that's the same thing on the offensive side of the ball, though. And it, unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. All right, do we get this out of our system? We feel better now?
I'll take my tie off. We'll start with this. All right, here we go.
All right, when we come back,
I'm supposed to feel good about this.
Yeah, well, we got to feel something. Either way, when we come back, we're going to talk about. We're going to do a little new segment called "Know Your Enemy." You're listening to the Red Lot on 104.7 The K.
From the father-son duo that bleeds red and gold, welcome to the Red Lot. Mike the Intern and Bart Holmes are holding it down pregame style with hot takes, cold drinks, and the loudest fans in football. Right here on 104.7 The Cave.
On 104.7 The Cave. Mike the Intern, Jake, and Bart in the studio. It's the Red Lot. We've got the Indianapolis Colts at home now that we've got the last game out of our system. And before we start to talk about that, we're trying to figure out our footing here. And now in this segment, we're going to do a new thing called Know Your Enemy. You like that? Yeah. Okay. Well, I did.
I like it. I like it. Great job, Mike.
Of course, we're facing a team that is really been. I don't know if anyone predicted the Indianapolis Colts to be where they are right now as far as their record is concerned. But right now they're 8-2. They're first place in the AFC South. As far as their points per game, 32 average. They're first in the NFL. Total offensive yards per game, 396.9. First in the NFL. Passing per game, fourth in the NFL, 251 on average. And in rushing with JT, they got 145 yards, and that's third in the NFL. As far as their defense is concerned, they're allowing 20 plus per game. It's ninth. They're also allowing a lot of yards, 327. They rank 7th in sacks of 29 so far, and they're 4th in interceptions, so they can get the ball if they need to. Defense is probably mid, but that offense is going to be a tough hombre to stop. How do the Kansas City Chiefs give the Colts an L at Arrowhead? Dad, what's the key?
I think they just need to iron out their own problems.
Stop beating themselves.
Stop beating themselves. I think the defense will come to play. From the limited amount of video I've seen on the Colts, it seems like a lot of it's through the air.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Long way down the field.
Daniel's
Which
killing
is
it.
why JT's so good.
So we got to be careful.
Because basically what we want
What
to
we
do
want
in
to do.
Kansas City.
Yeah, if we
this
do-
is
if
exactly the play.
If we would do it.
Yeah, if we could do it and make it work and stick to it.
I don't know if
and be
it's
consistent.
could, it's would.
Just be consistent with it.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Germany game that he played a couple weeks ago where he got his mouth all busted up and bleeding in his mouth and stuff?
Yeah.
I that was really the first game, and the only reason I watched it because it's 8:30 on a Sunday morning, and I'm like, oh, I get to start football 4 hours early. But they're road dogs, man. They are. Daniel Jones is a warrior, and I used to give that guy all kinds of hell, but it wasn't him. It was the New York Giants. That was the problem. You know what I mean? Is that organization?
Yeah, and we all said you can give the worst quarterback in the league time to throw, and they're going to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Bo Nix outplayed Mahomes because he had more time.
Yep.
I think with Daniel Jones, this is not a guy we need to sleep on at
No.
all. He's running for MVP.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
And he's got a running back that's running for MVP, and they have a coach that's going to win Coach of the Year.
For sure.
So this is a good team coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you, Arrowhead Stadium is going to give Mahomes and Coach Reed all hell if they show up like they did the last 2 weeks.
Oh, it's going to be bad times. Yeah.
It's not going to be pretty, man. We've got to win this one. I know we just said that, but we're going to win out, and you might make the playoffs. AFC is the best in to me over the NFC
Right now.
Overall. Yeah.
I mean, Drake May, if you watched him, that guy is just dropping dimes.
Yeah, that's why we were last week. We couldn't decide who the dog in the NFC was.
No.
We can kind of see now who the dogs in the AFC are, but that for some reason it doesn't equate into the postseason. I just hope we don't see a lot of blue and white in that stadium. I feel like there is a solution to the Colts. We'll see if we can figure that out. But they're gonna have to play for their life. They're gonna have to play like this every game for the rest of the year is going to be the last game that they play.
What I like about this is we're playing teams that we're going to see in the playoffs if we make the playoffs.
For sure.
And it's all going to be on the road.
For sure. And for whatever reason this year, because going into this year, Mahomes' road record was just insane. Like it was almost better than a home record, which is just like, how the hell is that possible? When it's Arrowhead Stadium, how in the hell is that possible?
Yeah.
But it is. But this year, it's just been completely flip-flop. So hopefully that'll lean into our thing. Back to what you're saying about Daniel Jones and good teams. The same could be said with Geno in Vegas.
Oh, sure.
Because I mean, last year it was like Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks, man. Yep. And then Vegas is like, we got it, Brady's like, we got to get that guy. Well, it wasn't him.
No.
And you want to talk about garbage throws. Man, he was putting some in the dirt last week. I was like, Ned always like, he's a professional athlete. I don't know how the hell you can call yourself a professional athlete and throw a ball like that. There's no way in hell. I'm not the biggest Colts fan. I don't think I ever have been, more specifically because of what them and the Titans were able to do in our early years of success with Reed because they screwed us hard. You remember that?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
You remember
man.
that?
Yeah.
That
Dude,
game where
Andrew-
I was at, I think we were at Harbell's downtown. It was like the first year that they reopened it as a bar.
Yeah.
Place is packed with Chiefs fans, just I mean, wall to wall. And the sales rep was a Raiders fan, and he was there. And the whole time, first he's talking trash, and then eventually, because we owned that game until the last 5-10 minutes of it. And then by halftime, I'm like, everyone's just partying, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go home, fishing home, man.
You talking about the Colts playoff game?
No.
We're up like 30 points,
Yeah,
27.
We lost it. Yeah. And we were partying like we won before the half was even over. And then by the end, so that I remember that. And I hold it. And I still want. It's kind of like when we faced Mariota, and even though he's not with the Titans anymore, I still remember that game, and I still want blood for him, and we got that. So hopefully we can get that against the Colts. You see anything? I mean, what's the solution to Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts?
He needs to get some happy feet. We got to rush him. We got to get him out of his element.
No pressure blitzes, maybe.
I guess we really didn't blitz after the
didn't have to against Bo.
No.
We didn't, and that's the way. Because if you can do that, i.e., Buffalo did to us, that frees your D-backs to just be whatever they are. And it is true. I agree with what McDuffie said about them. Any one of those guys can play any one of those positions, and Spag does that a lot. But it doesn't work if Jones and Karlaftis and Pinnell and Amenihu aren't getting the pressure to rush him into those decisions. But
dude, it's time for a team meeting. Like I'm waiting for them to go. Pat Mahomes called his guys in defense. You keep doing your thing. I've got to get this under control. There has to be. We're at go time. Like you lose this game,
it's going to be next to impossible.
Yeah.
If we don't win on Sunday, it's going to be next to impossible. I don't know. We'll see.
We're favored, which I have no idea how.
3.5
home.
Arrowhead. Yeah, it's home advantage. But we were favored 3.5 going into Denver. We were favored 3.5 going into Buffalo.
I don't see how they come up with that, man.
Well, it's just Vegas to me is a very interesting, because like you see the points, you see the spread, you see the line, and from outside looking in, the world views it a lot different than we as fans view it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
because we're in here going, I don't know. Vegas is like, nah, man, she's by 3.
It's hard to take emotion out of it, but they do it because it's a business.
Yeah, it is.
They're very good
but
at it.
I still got guys that put thousands and thousands of dollars into this stuff all the time.
Oh yeah,
that are label guys that ask me, hey, Chiefs guy, what's the deal? And I'm like, I don't ask me. Chiefs by 50 every damn time. Like, what do you think I'm going to say?
Yep.
I can give you the perspective of how I feel going into it, which is kind of what we're doing now. But it's still like, I don't know. It's anyone's guess. And at the end of the day, go Chiefs. When we come back, we'll do the injury report. You are listening to the Red Lot on 104.7 The K.
Live from the parking lot outside Arrowhead, this is the Red Lot. Mike the intern and his dad, Bart Holmes, are fired up and ready to roll as the Chiefs get set to take the field. Grab your gear, crack a cold one, and let's talk Kansas City football. Right here on 104.7 The Cave, the Chiefs Radio Network, Springfield.
104.7 The K, Mike the intern, Jake, Bart Holmes in the studio. It is a Red Lot, and we've got the Colts in Kansas City. This very rare noon game. We only had 4 noon games this year.
That's more than last year.
Still, though, man, it's like I said in the beginning. I want us to win every time. I also kind of feel that there's a lot of losing bandwagon fans in this moment, which is great. It's great for me. Don't want you. Didn't want you anyway.
They're showing their true
Don't care.
colors.
Didn't want you. Don't want you. I love being an underdog. I love when they count us out, because that seemed to be our tackle and fuel up until 2025.
Can we call Vegas and be like, hey, we need to make them underdogs?
Listen,
Yeah.
Can you guys flip this around?
Please.
Stop thinking we're going to win, because we're not.
Yeah.
We're not going to win.
Yeah, when they came out and picked us to win it or go to the Super Bowl again, I was like, uh-oh.
Well,
No,
especially after the
Don't do
Buffalo
that.
loss, for them to come out, and that was like the rolling bar for the next day was Chiefs still predicted to be the AFC. I don't know where you're getting your predictions, guys, but I wouldn't have said that either. But we'll see. It's anyone's game, and it is any given Sunday, as they say. So in the injury report for the Chiefs, Kingsley really is the only one that is going to be questionable because of concussion protocol. If he passes, then he's in, but that will probably more than likely be a game time decision from what I think. Xavier tweaked his ankle. That might have been what you were talking about off mic about his delay. That may have been his delay. He may have tweaked it in that run when he was trying to get that bomb. But if he's not, he's tracking the ball, and that's not how you do it. We got Bossa back. We got Hicks back. We got Karlaftis, Omenihu, Pacheco practice this week, full participant. Trey and Jawan both back, and then of course, getting Simmons back in there was and is. You could kind of tell there was a little bit of rust on him.
Sure,
but I mean, he'd been out for a month and a half, so that's. I think he's going to be true to form. As far as this Sunday, as far as the Colts go, they're not super hurt. They're missing Taquan Lewis. He didn't practice because of a groin issue. And then Kenny Moore is a CB, didn't practice. And then our old Travarius Ward is in concussion protocol, but he did have a full practice. It'll be interesting to see if we can, because anytime when we had Ward on our team and I saw a pass go up and then I'd look to see who was in coverage, if I saw his name, my head would almost drop every single. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was him every time, almost every time, blown coverage. Every single time. So maybe Mahomes is looking at that. Something else that Jake brought up in the break, Tyquan Thornton. How the hell are we getting this guy more involved?
We need to.
We have to.
The dude almost caused a fumble on the interception, right?
Yeah, he's a smart player.
And did you see he tried to swat the ball back in?
He tried to save it.
Awesome.
And again,
guys around.
If that had happened, we got the ball back, holding a different ball game. It's just those. There were so many of those in that Denver game. Those crucial plays where if it had gone our way, it's a completely different conversation. I'd still be very wary,
sure,
about how that game was played and coached, more coached than played. But I would have felt a lot better, and you wouldn't have been crying in the car for a whole week.
I haven't left the truck. They got drive-through places. I'll take another 12-pack of Busch Light, please.
Yeah. So again, I think going into this game, Chiefs again are healthy for the most part. I think right now, in really so much it's when we talk about this injury stuff, I don't think it's physical in this instance for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it's a mental injury.
It's zero excuses. We are healthy.
There's no reason for this.
Yeah, we're healthy for a run now.
Yeah, healthy for someone to run it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or
don't
for
forget-
our guys to go do a tush push to get 2 yards and go off sides to not get called.
Man, did you see the fake tush push by the Ravens?
It's actually pretty smart.
Oh, it's smart. Eagles have done it
Yeah.
before.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say too with they have Sauce Gardner, so he's new to the Colts. Colts are all in this year with the trade deadline.
It's
and
win
they
now.
picked up-
It's win now. They have
So,
to. Yeah.
You're talking about Ward, but man, Sauce Gardner is the real deal.
Yep.
So I think Mahomes needs to be smart. No more interceptions. Come on, was that Clyde Hilaire? Was he the one that was open in the end zone when he did an interception? Number 30.
It would have been 35.
Yep. Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah, this week, man, we gotta get back to playing, and they could blow them out. This could be a 21 or a 21-point win. Honestly, they could come out and get their stuff together. But it's
You can
like
actually say
it's
that
one
on
of
the
those
radio.
things.
Did you know that?
I had no idea.
I mean, don't make a habit of it.
No,
But
no.
That one goes by. It's for some reason they FCC lets it.
But
lets it
yeah,
go.
but then it's like we get our hopes up. Is I think the next week we got to be like, okay, back at it. You have to win, or you're not going to playoffs. Let's keep going. I can't
Every
wait.
game's a playoff game.
It is. We're there now for sure.
We've got obviously the Broncos lead our division 9-2, Chargers 7-4. We went out like the Broncos. They're insufferable fan base, and I know that we get a lot of flack, but when you guys are talking bad about Chiefs fans, you're not talking about the OG guys. You're talking about the bandwagon fans. The Broncos fan base are insufferable. You guys act like you've been dominating us after that one win in regards to this organization, when in reality we've owned your ass for 10 years. But they go winning that game going into a bye week are insufferable, and I just can't.
Oh yeah,
it just drives me. It's insane. I've made it very clear to anyone that knows me that my main, it's not Roger Goodell in the NFL. My main hatred above all other people is John Elway. John Elway is the number one.
Yep.
Who do I hate the most?
Horsehead.
John Elway. Mr. I'm not going to play football if that team drafts me. Your stadium is too loud. I cannot stand John Elway. One of the greatest, yes, of course, the births of my children, marrying my wife, a lot of great moments in my life. I'd say in the top 10 was watching him have to hand deliver that Super Bowl trophy to us. I know that got in his craw. It had to.
Yeah, I'm not a big.
Couldn't have happened to a better person, but they're insufferable. They're insufferable. But they got the Commandos left. It would be great if they could go into Vegas and just the blowout shocker. Wouldn't that be something? Come on, Vegas, if you're listening.
Right now, we're like,
make my early Christmas present come true. Packers could hand them an L. Jags could hand them an L. We could also hand them an L. Chargers could hand them an L. So right now, as they sit in their record, let's say if we went out, that puts us at 12-5.
Yep.
They lose half of those games, we're tied. See what I'm saying? We're gonna. It's not just us and what are we going to do for ourselves, Kansas City. It's now at that point where we're going. Miami, help us.
Yeah,
exactly.
Houston tonight, help us. You know what I mean? It has to be that way. But
man, the Chargers got blown out of the water.
Sat
wow.
him. They sat him.
It was a mercy bench, they called it.
We can't get this guy hurt.
Mercy, what'd you say?
A mercy bench.
Oh,
they mercy benched him is what they said, because they were like, well, we're not going to win this game. There was still like 10 minutes left in the fourth when that happened. And Herbert's on the bench.
What?
They think, and they're in a bye too. So they both went into their bye. I don't know, because then they got the Raiders coming out, but then they got the Eagles, us again, Cowboys, which it's anybody's game.
You have no idea.
Texans. Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. I don't want to be down and out, but you could say we're going to blow out the Colts, and then now we go into Denver the next week and get blown out by the Cowboys, who are nothing. You see, it comes back to consistency. It comes back to discipline, and it might not. We might just be dealing with the as they call it, the Super Bowl hangover. And ours just didn't happen until about 4 years.
Yeah, we kept drinking for 2 years. We kept drinking for 2 years.
It's like when they say you should only go to Las Vegas for 3 days and you stayed for 7. Horrible decision. That's a horrible decision.
I think what we're seeing is after that Super Bowl win, Last year we went 15-2, and every game was one possession, right? One score games. They were starting to figure Andy and Mahomes out. This year, they have figured out Andy and Mahomes.
Yep.
It's clear as day to me that
Mhm.
that's what last year was like, a glimpse of like, what's going on here? And then we get blown out by the Eagles. And then this year it's like, oh yeah, we got you. We know who you are.
Well, and that again comes back to what I said about being stagnant. It feels very stagnant on the play calling side of the ball, whether if that's Nagy, Reed, the combination, Mahomes stepping in there, whatever it is. There is got to be a come to, maybe not just a necessarily team meeting, but there's got to be a come to Jesus meeting where they force them to sit down and play Madden 25 for a few hours so they can get some inspiration.
Something.
I don't know what it is.
If it was just that simple.
If it was just that simple.
We'd all be doing it.
We come back, we'll give our predictions, but you know what it's going to be. Go Chiefs. You're listening to the Red Lot on 104.7.
Welcome to the Red Lot. Mike the intern and Bart Holmes are holding it down pregame style with hot takes, cold drinks, and the loudest fans in football. Right here on 104.7 The Cave.
.7 The Cave. Mike the intern, Jake, and Bart in the studio one more time before we let the Chiefs Radio Network take over at 11 for your Kansas City Chiefs versus Indianapolis Colts. As we sit here, the Chiefs are favored 3.5. I mean, I'm gonna have to. We giving or taking? What are we doing here?
Not Chiefs by 20.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I think this is that game that we figure it out, but then we all are suspect about, okay, what was that? You know, where's that been for the last 2 weeks?
Why did you leave that girl home the last time you went out to the bar, man? Why didn't you bring her this time? And every time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
understand.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
That looked awesome. Let's do something else next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That worked. So here I got a crazy idea.
Let's
go
do
back
the
to the complete opposite of what worked last
Let's
week.
do what we did last when we were losing.
It's hard. It's those pivotal moments.
You can always, you can overthink the whole thing.
I did not see. I know that the Chiefs are favored 3.5 right now, but I didn't see what the points were.
Over under on that.
Yeah,
I just had it pulled up on my handy dandy notebook here. 50.
50.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, I mean,
with their average,
if you're going back to what we looked about in our Know Your Enemy segment, the averages say that they're going to get over 300 yards Colts wise, and we're going to let us get over 300.
I don't know how they can have that high over under and make us favorites,
because they know that we're going to play it close based off of what past tells us. But what the year has told us doesn't seem like we're going to score.
We better be scoring about 40 of that 50.
I mean, yeah, if it's going to work, yeah, it's going to have to be that way. We're going to have to,
because if they're up there at their average, we're
I think
trouble.
I think our run defense, I don't think there's really anything wrong with our run defense. I think our run defense is pretty lock on. I mean, we got some of the best linebackers in the NFL on our team right now.
Yeah, and the Chiefs did the same thing last year when they played the Eagles. They held Barkley
to nothing.
check.
He was under 100
so
yards.
Jonathan Taylor's like, hey, you're good, but we're going to hold you in check. Our offense has to show up.
Yeah, they've got to do their job. They've got to do their job. 50 is a lot. I don't know. I'd go under on that one, but that's just me. But don't listen to me. I do a pick'em Survivor, and I'm this is probably the worst year I've had in a pick'em contest in
You pick all the games every
15 plus years, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just atrocious. The guy I play with is just coming in here yelling at me every week, like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, how would you have guessed that Chargers game? Right? You know what I mean? How would you have guessed the guys in the NFL or where they are right now? I don't know. But either way, go Chiefs. No matter what, we're gonna win by 50, like Jake said.
30-13. That's my score.
30-13.
Yeah, it's still under.
Okay, 30-13. Where you at?
I feel it.
30-13.
Mm-hmm. I do. I think they're going to stop him. He's calculating.
28-35.
28-35.
He's going with the over. That's all touchdowns too.
Whew. When was the last time? Let's ask Google.
Man,
when was
that would be a heck of a game. So is it like a last minute score where they score 28 and they're really down 35-21 with 2 minutes to go?
Oh, I hope not. I hope we're up 35.
No, that's
20.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
we're up
they scored
35-21 and they score that last TD.
So
kick an onside kick. We get it.
We shut out. Obviously, the last time we scored 30 points was against the Raiders, 31-0.
Yep,
they shut them out. Before that, it would have been in November of last year in that 1-point win over the Panthers.
Hey, let that settle in. The Panthers have a better record than we do.
Let that settle in.
Let that hit you.
Jacoby Brissett has better numbers.
Didn't have to do that.
Patrick Mahomes.
I'm in black. I'm in mourning,
He's
bro.
mourning.
Ow.
That's every week I come back in with Ned and we talk about this. I keep reminding him
the Bears are in first place at 7-3. Dude, if you start looking at it, does not compute.
The Steelers are in first place at 6-4.
Wow. We are definitely in bizarro.
Well, it's because we have, like I said last week, going into this, we have two teams that are contenders at first place in whatever division they pick in the AFC. We cannot be in that because we lost the game. Had we won that game, we would have also been in that conversation. But that's not the way it is. All right, so you go over. I will pick. I'd say 28-20.
28-20.
28-20, 28-21, 28-21. I don't think it's going to be a 3-score victory. I think it's going to be at least a one full score 7 victory. But I don't know. Either way, we'll be there screaming our heads off, right?
Heck yeah, dude. I'm telling you, I feel it.
I feel it. All right.
I do.
Well, I'll text you when halftime. I'm like, how you feeling? As he's carrying me out.
Are you wearing black?
As he's consoling me.
Hey, Jake,
no.
what are you wearing?
What are you wearing? I
I'll
got my
be hoisting him over my shoulders.
No, we're gonna do. What's the guy's name? Where we carry him out? Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
We're gonna
weekend at Bernie's.
He's
Just sitting there in the sunshine.
Drag him out.
All right. As always, watch us do this live before game day every time the Chiefs play on Facebook, YouTube, or you can listen to us do it on our station 104.7 The Cave or download it as a podcast for free wherever you get your podcast app. I'm Mike the Intern. That's Jake. That's Bart. We are the Red Lot. And
Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
That's right. Go Chiefs.